I don't know who that.
Oh, you saw the button. You saw we live. You about to say
Yes,
something
yes,
smart? You
I
gonna say
was.
something smart?
I was.
Uh
I
huh.
was.
Coaching, coaching. Now I said, how am I supposed to share? I still got to share this in the midst. You might as well. Let me. Oh, I gotta read this. Read it. And welcome to Rock True Queen.
Mm-mm. No,
Rock
we're
True
just
Queen
welcome to
again.
Black True Queens.
Yeah, I am one of your lovely hosts, Selena K, and then we also got AJ Adams, the button pusher, as well as Miss Dina. Miss Dina is back to rock
Hey,
that.
hey, Miss Dina, how are you?
Hello, how are you,
You
beautiful
guys get
lady?
acquainted while I share, because normally during the time that we play the music and then after I read, I do the sharing. And so y'all just get acquainted while I just share. You know what I'm saying? It's very unorthodox to our show today. Thanks, Faye.
You know, it's okay to be unorthodox. You know, it's
It
okay.
is. It's
That means
okay.
that you know how to pivot, and that means you know how to change directions and keep it moving forward. So it is okay.
Multitask. Yeah.
Yes,
You gonna co-sign with this. You gonna
yes.
co-sign with this foolishness.
Because
You gonna co-sign with this
Dina, listen, she good. Leave her alone.
foolishness.
I sometimes need people to co-sign my foolishness. I'm just saying. I don't know who needs to change the battery in their smoke
Baby,
detector, but
I was gonna say that for smoking
please, please do it
detector.
for the safety of everyone.
For
Please.
everybody's safety, guys. For everybody's safety. Change the smoke
Yes,
detector battery.
Me.
It's Queen. I already knew who it was. Queen over
mm-mm,
there.
mm-mm. Please change that battery, ma'am.
I am sharing. I am sharing. I'm so sorry you guys get to see us behind the scenes as as we have the pre-show before the show. It's always like this. It really is. We have a grand
Well,
time.
anyway, Miss Dina, I want to say I was able to catch the show yesterday and hear you yesterday. It was awesome just to hear what you do, just even your story. So it was just amazing to hear that, and then everything that you do for the community and for other people. So it was definitely good to hear, and just a good show overall to catch up on.
Thank you. Thank
Absolutely.
you. To
I say,
God be the
hey,
glory.
hey, this is another show, a different platform, a different artist. I mean, audience. I'm sorry. So why don't you let everybody know exactly what it is you do, who you are, and the impact that you do have on our community, but not just locally,
Okay.
nationally.
Okay. I am Deanna. I am the owner of Love to Life Boarding with the Twist. It is a boarding home for those that battle with mental illness. I've been in sight for over 20 some years, and it was just something that I wanted to give back, something that I didn't share on last night. Before my husband passed, because I did share he passed, he was diagnosed with schizophrenia, and we went through a lot of things during that. So this was something that I could give back and come into more understanding of what goes on. It's different when you work in psych as opposed to dealing with it at home. It's hard to face because in our community, our culture, we're taught just pull it together, and you don't need help and trust God as you should. You should trust God in all things, but something when you can't get to that place to trust God, you need to use other measures until you can trust God. I'm a firm believer of that. I'm also the founder of Hidden Treasures, and it's a group of women that have been through various things, different cultures, whether it's been through rape, addiction, so many things that they've had to face as women, and they're overcomers. There are a lot of bosses in that group. I'm talking about serial entrepreneurs, women that have written books that people thought that they would never amount to anything. And it was something that I started when COVID hit because I was missing church and just missing ministry, and God had laid that on my heart to do that platform. And it is a private group, unless you know somebody that knows somebody, and they can add you and things like that. Because we share a lot of intimate things, even things from just telling people happy birthday. I've been a little negligent this month trying to get the conference together, but that's just the gist of it.
What would you say? What I know you said you started it during COVID, and then also with your husband passing. What would you say is the biggest impact from either group?
I would say starting the boarding home and seeing those people I want to say seeing them have some form of independence because sometimes they will get income, but they will choose homelessness because they can't afford to stay where they're living because of utilities, because of groceries, toiletries, just everyday things that some of us may take for granted. So even in the boarding home, just to see them have that independence, I do. Once they pay rent, all utilities are included in the home. I make sure food is there for them. I also make sure toiletries is there, whether it's coming out of my pocket or donations people, have given, and it's awesome. I opened up in October and I was going to open up a daycare and things just kept happening. And then I was at work, I work on the psych unit. And God reminded me of the vision that I had years ago of saying, like, I wanted a group home setting. I wanted to do something different. I wanted to offer more. And so, even with the boarding home, I offer informational resources. I get them connected to adult day services, just try to keep them busy. So it's been pretty good since I've opened up. I've only had one person to have to go back to the hospital. So that's good because psych is a revolving door. People are always coming in and coming out. So my guys have been pretty steady and focused with their medication management and just different resources. But I have to say, Hidden Treasures is my heart. It's my baby. Being a person who lived off the opinions of others, and when you face so many things in the world and people tell you you'll never amount to anything, and oh, she just fast, or no, she's not smart enough, or oh no, she's not pretty enough, and you battle with yourself. You already battle with your own issues, and then when you hear it, you know I want to say outside the home, because my mother always lifted us up. She always made sure she told us nice things and encouraged us to go on no matter what we were doing. But when you in school, when you in school and you hearing other children, and then just through life, and you feel like you're facing rejection. And so just to see those women evolve, man, it just does something to me to see them just grow from the pain that they had. There's one lady there that's in the group, and I don't want to put anybody's name out, but just to know we grew up together, and we had lost contact, and I didn't know that she had become addicted to drugs. And just to see her have a book now, and people said that she would never amount to anything, and to see her on the front page of newspapers, I get excited about that. I get excited for other women. I don't have a problem, complimenting other women, telling them, to keep going, stay encouraged. So, Hidden Treasures, that's my heart.
That's what's up. I love it. I love it. I love what you do. And and a lot of people take for granted the people that do work in mental health.
Yeah.
It's not easy. It's definitely not something that's, oh, I'm just gonna go do this today. No, you have to be thoughtful in everything that you do when it comes to someone with mental health, or so going through mental health issues. So um, I definitely commend you for what you're doing, both with both businesses, or both programs.
Thank you. Thank
Absolutely.
you.
You did say that you have an event coming up, and we want to definitely highlight that again. So tell us a little bit more about this event.
This is a women's empowerment conference, and it's sponsored by my boarding home, presented by Hidden Treasures, and it's Loving Me Back to Life. There are some powerful women that have stayed behind the scenes. Some of them want to choke me because I done pushed them out there, but they're going to be sharing their testimonies, things that they've been through, because sometimes you'll look at a person having their degree and maybe being a first lady or having their businesses, and you see the glory, but you don't understand their story and what it took to get to that place of where they are. And sometimes people think that thing happened overnight, and it didn't. I'm a witness to that. So just to hear those women to say my pain became my purpose, but yet I chose not to be a victim in my circumstance.
Yeah.
So just the beginning. And so I'm doing it in series. I've done this at my church, but under a different platform, and it was more of an intimate setting. So this is big for me. um, but just to see women come forward and just to share their hearts and to say you can make it and to tell their sister to get up, to speak with a stranger and say it's okay, you can make it. And there's going to be so many testimonies from one that sticks out, a young lady that went through foster care, and she's going to talk about how to love when the hand didn't rock the cradle. Someone
Mm-hmm.
else is going to speak on who am I. We're going to be talking about grief and depression. We're dealing with genre of things, and then the panel discussion will go into intermission. Get ready for the panel discussion, and we have questions that different women have asked, and so the panel will be answering them to the best of their ability. And then we want to have some audience participation as well. And so they'll, whatever questions, there is no question too hard, too small. I got some questions, y'all. And so I had to come to the ladies and was like, how y'all feel about these questions? They was like, let's do it. People want to talk, people want to release. And so and even on the panel, just man, one of the ladies, she was stabbed in her neck. She battled with addiction, and now she has her doctorate degree, and I'm like, and that's nobody but God. And so just to let people know that they can make it, I did talk to the ladies, and I'm so grateful for them. I said, can we go without titles? Can we just go in as women, so they can see us as women, so they can feel comfortable, let it be an intimate setting, and just not be afraid, because sometimes when you go in with titles, you're intimidated. I don't know if I would have got those questions if everybody would have known that I was an evangelist, but
Now
it's questions that I've asked.
teach sis. You're
So
absolutely correct. No, seriously, like a lot of people won't. That's you can go back to just your regular doctor and the things that you're not honest about telling your regular doctor, but you will
that's
tell your
true.
friend who can't help you, but you won't tell your doctor who can. But it's because again, how you feel intimidated or you don't want to feel as if okay, well this person gonna judge me, as opposed to this person if they knew all of the proper information could actually prescribe the best medication or whatever it is, the best tool for you. You know what I'm
That's
saying?
right.
So you're right, getting rid of titles, they don't mean nothing anyway. I promise you. At the end of the day, look, you're a friend. And that's
That's
what we
it.
should all be. You're a friend.
That's it.
That's the grandest title in the world that you could ever have is I'm a friend.
That's
So
it.
man, Erica,
And it's so
anything else?
fun.
Oh
It's
no,
so
you
funny
go.
you say that. The person who's being the MC, she said this
Huh?
finna be a girlfriend conference, and that's what she just kept saying. I just see girlfriends, I see new friends, and women that we can talk to, and that's what I want to do. I can't Google everything to get an answer.
Teach. No, I was just opening it up to you, Erica. I didn't know if you had any additional questions or anything.
No, I want to hear more about when this conference is.
Yes.
It's actually April 2nd. That's a Saturday, and it's from 12 to 4. It's right here in Gary, Indiana. I'm so proud of that.
Woo, woo.
So proud of that. We don't have to travel to Texas. We don't have to travel to Chicago, but you could come right here. And
Right
we're
here,
at the
baby.
yes, right here. Things are happening in Gary. When I moved back from Indianapolis after my husband died, and God was dealing with me about coming back home, I said, "Well, God, you gonna have to show me that you want me to go back to Gary." And He did, and He's opened up so many doors. And I just said, I want to see my city great again. I want to
Teach
see it
this.
beautiful
Teach.
again. And so
Teach.
I just pray over the city of Gary. When somebody says something negative, I'll be like, we're moving. It's going to be
Come on,
brand
sis.
new. The beautiful city of Gary. I'm
Yes.
claiming it and decreeing it. So it's going to be at the Boys and Girls Club, the old Charleston School. If you get your tickets in advance, it's $30. At the door, it's 35. I do have a free ticket to give away today. I don't
Hey.
know if anybody joined in with
Hey.
us, but I would like to give away a free ticket. Um,
Yes. So
that's it.
we
So
do have someone. We have at least two viewers right now that are tuning in. If you are tuning in and you are in the Gary, Indiana area and you would like a ticket to this event that is on April 2nd, let us know. Message us right here, right now. You can message right now. You can comment, and we can see your name. Or if you haven't downloaded the permission for StreamYard, comment your name so that we're able to reach out to you and you're able to get this ticket. Or you can hit
Yes.
us up on Messenger. But we definitely want to get this ticket out here to whomever may need it. It's necessary. It
Yes.
needs to be something that's life changing for you. Everything ain't for everybody. Everything ain't for
That's
you to
right.
bring your friends. And it's just imperative that what it is that you're doing, what we're all doing for our area, for Gary, is important. It is
Yes.
important. It's important to the rebuilding of our land. This is a grand land. One thing, I'm with you. When someone says something negative, somebody had posted like, I don't care what nobody on, I ain't never coming back to Gary. And I said, you know what? That's part of the problem. See,
Mhm.
even if you went off to college, and that's cool, you went off and you went to college to get all these different resources and education for yourself, you were supposed to bring it back. The reason that we don't have any schools and we don't have any of these programs in place is because you took what you learned and instead of implementing it in a place that was necessary, you took it to a place that was
Mhm.
already thriving. They
That's
don't need it.
right.
They got it. They're going
That's
there first,
it.
as you can see. But what if everybody that was from Gary who went and got degrees and did all the different things, it can be from, dancing to art to music, and you brought all of those resources back here for our people, for our children, not only just the
Yes.
children, but the adults, because we're supposed to be bridging the gap above us and below. What if you brought those resources? What kind of city would we have? What kind of
Yes.
city would we have? I had a meeting with a gentleman today, and what I loved about this meeting was the way that he kind of broke it down, about what Gary, Indiana actually means, how critical Gary, Indiana is. And he said, you know what? He said, if you look at the United States, if you pay attention to the United States, and if all the different cities, and I mean all the different highways, and the different roads, if they were all like arteries and capillaries and veins and stuff, where would the heart be?
Mm.
Where would the heart be? The heart would have to be someplace in which everything crosses into no matter what. And if you look
Mhm.
at Gary, Indiana, we got 8094, we got the toll road, we have
That's
access.
good.
You can go everywhere from the heart,
Mhm.
but
That's
we're not
good.
the heart dry, and we're taking all the resources from the heart. So if that's the case where you can't see Gary at the heart and it's actually not thriving the way that means somebody is taking from the main source. And if you're robbing or taking from that main source, that means it's not a good thing. That had to be nothing but an infection when you're looking at it from a body perspective. You're
That's right.
drawing and taking everything from the heart as opposed to it flowing, and it's coming back into normal flowing like it should. But Gary, Indiana is the heart, not of the city, of the nation, of the nation.
That's
And if
good.
you
That's
really
good.
look at, we got the airport, we got the beach, we got the baseball park, we got the steel mill, and then on top of that, we got all of the highways. It's because we can't see or we choose not to see. But if we just,
Mhm.
you want to reimagine Gary by bringing all the resources that you got and investing it into this land and watch
That's
God, watch
right.
reap a harvest.
That's right. That's right. My
Yeah.
brother had posted something about that a while ago, and he said, if you want to buy, now is the time to buy in Gary.
Teach.
Now, now is the time. Now is the time to invest.
Yes.
Like you said, you can't go somewhere else and dream. When you think about it, my grandparents, my parents, you know what I'm saying? There's a
Yeah.
legacy here for me. I could move somewhere else, but my legacy isn't there.
Teach.
So when I think about where my legacy is and how they fought to have things, and my grandfather was a softball coach and baseball coach, so he taught many teams, the Jacksons and everybody, So I do have that heritage. So it means a lot to me just to want to do something back in my own city.
Teach. Me too, sis. Again, if you are tuning in and you are in an area, we have tickets to give away. Definitely message your name in the comments or message us on Facebook. Messenger, reach out to us and let us know you would like to attend. Again, this isn't for everybody. This could just be for you, and it could be life changing to see other women who are out here just like you, not anybody above or highbrow. They're women just like you who are coming from a place just like you do and saying, but you too can make it. You too
Yes.
don't have to be a victim. You too don't have to be a product or a byproduct of your environment. You don't have to choose that. That's a choice that you make, and you don't have to choose it. Erica, anything additional before we get out of here? I gotta go to the Tavern Show.
No, that was it. You actually just covered it. So
Okay.
I hope somebody go ahead and reach out for that ticket because
Yes.
that honestly is a priceless ticket. But to be clear, so I hope somebody definitely does reach out and get a chance to go there. Even if you want to buy a ticket, just go check it out and and support your city, support your
Yes.
area, support the community because we need that common unity back in community.
Yes.
Queen Teach. Any additional things that you would like to say, Miss Dina, before we get out of here?
I just want to say I truly enjoyed you guys. Thank you for having me. And not only will they get a wealth of information and testimonies, but we're gonna have some good food, shrimp
I
and grits,
heard. That's what I
lamb
heard.
chops, chicken and waffles,
What
salmon
kind
and
of
rice.
vegetables? Any vegetables and
So
fruit?
there will be some vegetables.
Oh, oh,
I thought about the vegans. I thought
thank
about the vegans.
think about us, Queen, please. I'm like, oh.
The vegans will be taken care of as well. But I
Yes,
just want to say thank you for having me.
no
I can't
problem.
wait to see you there. Erica,
Yes.
I hope you can make it as well. I don't know if you're in the city, but I thank you so much.
I do live in Indiana, so I might have to make that happen.
Yep. I
Looking
think
Definitely might
forward
have to
you
to
may
it.
make
be
that
on
happen.
vacay, eh? You may be on vacay. I think that's the only reason I ain't been.
And that is the beginning of my vacay, but
Mm-hmm.
I might go. Well, I might leave out a little later on
Okay,
on
Queen.
Saturday.
Okay,
So
Queen.
we'll see.
Okay.
What's up?
What's that?
What's up?
What's that? Okay, absolutely. Well, yay, that would be super dope. That would be super dope. Well, thank you guys so much again for tuning in, Rock Queens, Rock Truth. Absolutely nothing at all. Again, if you are a desire to be at this event and you want this ticket, hit us up. We thank you so much again, Miss Dina, for gracing us with your presence, insight, with your love, your life, and everything that you're doing. And again, I say I would love to connect with you as to how we can continue to further his mission because the mission is his. And if you look and
Yes.
discover everybody that's out here in his name is doing it the same. We're doing the same thing. We just got a different audience. So now it's time to just kind of join hands and come together so that we can move this,
Yes.
and you know what I'm saying, solely for him and bring about what I like to call harvest reformation, changing the mind of the people. You know what I'm saying? If you change their minds, they can see things differently and you can have a different result, not only in your life personally, but in our city. So thank you so much. Thank you, AJ.
Yes,
Thank you
ma'am.
guys for having me.
AJ, I'm gonna naturally assume that you pushed that button because I ain't pushed that button to bring that
I
back on today.
which
What?
I didn't push any. I
But
didn't.
you ain't just push your own button?
She pushed on my. I didn't push the button. I didn't. I didn't do it. So on that note, thank you everybody for tuning in with Miss Selena K and myself, AJ Adams, Rock Two Queens, where we rock truth or nothing at all.
Nothing at all, people. Peace.
Peace.